All right, so my daughter and her best friend had their first argument today. Okay, it was my daughter's fault. They were running to, I don't know, an ice cream truck, and because she was chasing her friend and she tripped and fell, she immediately yelled at her friend. I get it. I know people like that. Anyway, so my sister caught up with her first, so she told her, hey, it's not her fault that you fell just because you were chasing her. You know, you can't be mad at her for that. And so she was scraped up, so she's upset. She's not hearing it, whatever. So I call her because my sister tells me what happened. So I call her, hey, how was your day? You know, we go through what was your favorite part? What was the worst part? Anything else exciting? And she didn't say anything the whole time. She finally says it, and she's angrily talking. And I said, oh, the story I got was that her friend tripped and she tripped over her. I said, okay. I said, sounds like an accident to me. I said, it wasn't her fault that she tripped. It wasn't your fault that you tripped over. I'm sorry it happened. And anyway, so she kept arguing, and I said, babe, it's nobody's fault. You fell. It's the end of the story. I said, you're fighting with your friend because you fell. If it wasn't her fault and you're saying it wasn't her fault, why are you having an argument? You could be upset, but don't yell at your friend. Anyway, she doesn't say anything, drops the subject, she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. And then I find out that her friend went home and was crying, which makes me kind of frustrated because she's like inflicting pain because she's in pain, and we don't do that, okay? And I haven't had the talk with her yet because I didn't know that it wasn't squashed. So I plan to head home right now and have a conversation with her and basically saying, babe, it's okay to be wrong, and it takes a ridiculously strong person to be able to admit when they're wrong and squash something. Not a lot of people are strong like that, and you're a strong person, so fix it. That's all I'm going to say. You know, that's all I need to say to her, because we don't do that. We are strong people, and strong people are able to admit when they're wrong or apologize when it's necessary. All right? But that's a level a lot of people haven't gotten to yet. And if I can get my 11-year-old there first before she goes through the tough stuff, we're in business. You know? All right. Have a good one.